See, 2025, I heard the Lord say, there is going to be a sound in the atmosphere like in the days of Joshua. For there was a sound of a trumpet that went forth that declared the obstacle before them was now removed. And they had the power to seize the land and the promise that God had spoken. I believe that this is a Jubilee year. Therefore, we must understand that the phrase Jubilee is a picture of a ram's horn. We understand that ram's horn is a trumpet, but for a ram's horn to become a sound, there has to be a sacrifice of a male lamb. That horn must be cut off, then hewed out before it could ever become a sound of a trumpet. The shofar was used to declare God's blessing and strength over a people in the form of the anointing being poured out. When we look at different kings that were anointed, Saul was anointed by a flask, a man-made container. But David was anointed by the shofar, the ram's horn. The ram's horn signifies the strength of God, the presence of God, but a man who will carry a clear sounding message. Can I tell you that when the shofar sounds, God is trumpeting, there is a message of freedom and liberty that I have deposited in you. For this message to be heard, something on you has to be cleansed and cleaned out so you become the sound of a trumpet of good news. The good news is the announcement of Christ. I need you to begin to understand that this year is a Jubilee year. It is a time appointed by God and his sovereignty to end your slavery, bring you into freedom, and grant you restoration for all ancestral lands. It speaks of a time of great forgiveness, an end of bondage, and a deliverance from your slavery. It's a signified time of God's breakthrough. This is all outlined in the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, in verse 10 through 13. And it declares, "And you shall consecrate the 50th year, proclaim liberty throughout the land and to all of its inhabitants. It shall be a jubilee for you, and each of you shall return to his possessions, and each of you shall return to his family. The 50th year shall be a jubilee year to you. For it is jubilee, it shall be holy to you. You shall eat the fruit of the field that it produces, and in this year of jubilee, each of you shall return to his possessions."